Hello, hello, hello. We are going live, very excited with a beautiful guest from the US. And I'm really excited she's in this online opportunity. And yeah, so let me just find her. There. So excited. Rachel. Let's. Oh, hey! So excited. Sometimes I don't know if it's working. Oh, did it work? Yay! Yes!
Yeah,
Hello!
there we are.
Hey! So, welcome,
Hello.
welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, Rachel. Like, so excited to connect with you. And I
Yeah,
might actually hand you over to introduce yourself, like to yourself to us, and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and how you found this space.
sure. So my name is Rachel. I am in the States. I just like saying that when I talk to people from Australia. I have five kids, ages 15, 13, 12, 7, and 4. My daughter's looking at me to make sure I get it right. And we have three dogs. We live in a tiny little rural town in North Wisconsin, and it is snowing. I am a nurse by trade, by college and university and all that good stuff. I've been a nurse for about 22 years, and I'm also a lactation consultant, and I'm also on going to school online to get my master's degree. So busy, busy lady. But yeah, so I was in kind of more like health and wellness. Space a little bit for, well, I guess probably like 10 years, more like health coaching sort of things,
Wow.
and never really made a lot of money in that. And then I ended up following a friend of mine who was doing like makeup multi-level marketing, and she just sent me this random message one day, and she's like, hey, they no longer align with my business model, I'm leaving. And I was like, wait, what? And I had been following her for some time, and I knew that she was very successful. And just like my gut instinct was like, wait a minute, if she's going somewhere, I feel like I need to follow her, because success leaves clues, right? That's what we always
Yes.
say. And
Yes.
so I was like, well, if she's leaving, I'm going too. And I had no idea what it even was, but immediately messaged her, and I was like, hey, so what is this new thing you're doing? And really, when she showed it to me, I think people say this all the time, that it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And so it was, yeah, it was like the potential, the earning potential and the growth. And it's been such a blessing to be in the presence of, the people that we get to connect with. And it's helped me grow as a person, in general also. So very, very grateful that I found it. I know that I will have a little bit more time to put into it once I'm done with all my online schooling, but we'll get there.
Honestly, you're a super mom, and I love that. You were just like listing the things, and I was like, this sounds like me last year, like finishing my degree while
Yep.
being pregnant, literally graduated in a week.
Yep.
Like, I think it was like a week or two later, I'm popping out a baby and running this business. So I'm like, I love that. And that's what's so cool is that this business fits into every season of your life, right? Like, as
Right.
you're growing, so I just want to ask as well, like when you found this opportunity and you kind of reached out to your friend, do you feel like that you were really like, praying to God, Brody, darling, kids, praying to God and for him to really lead you to something that would fit more of your seasons and more of where you were at?
I don't know that in the moment I was outright praying for it. I knew that there were some things that had to change.
Yeah.
And I couldn't explain it. I remember because my husband didn't grasp onto it right away. It just pleased him a lot. And he kept saying why. And I think my only response was just like, I just know. Like, I just know, you
Yes.
just need to trust me. And then I think it was more after the fact that it really aligned spiritually with me to where I was like, this is absolutely where I am supposed to be.
Yeah.
The first retreat that we went to with our team and just meeting all of them, and, they were all very faith-based. And I was like, wow, I never expected to meet so many faith-based people in one room, so it was kind of a good surprise. It wasn't really something I was expecting, but for me, I feel like it felt very aligned after the fact. And so it was kind of more just reinforcement of like, yes, this is where I am supposed to be. This is where, God's plan for me is. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So how long have you been in the business? How long have you been now? And obviously, when you purchase your products, you get this business opportunity. So, yeah, how long have you been in the business? How long have you been using the products? And yeah.
Yeah, so I enrolled last year at the end of May. Got to take part in Christy Exord's, they told me her last container that she was running for people, and we all know that's not true. Because she just loves helping people so much, she keeps going. But no, so it was May of last year, and I went like full in. I got two of the water machines, the K8s, and I got the Anespa for the shower and the Ukon. So we've been using the Ukon for over a year, showering in the Anespa and drinking the water. And then since then, I've also gotten the OmGuard for the EMFs. With 5 kids and one of them's autistic, we have a lot of electronics in our house. So yeah, so we also have invested in the OmGuard as well. And immediately, and it hasn't really changed since. I'm a huge water snob. My kids are big water snobs.
I love
My
that.
my husband just took my two older children hunting, and they go out on our hunting land in a camper. And my daughter's like, "But are you bringing Kangen water? Like, what are we gonna drink?" So
I love that.
she's like
My son's
really,
the same.
snooty even in hunting. Like, yeah, we're roughing it, but we need our Kangen water. Like,
I love that. Like, once you, Bodhi, stop being silly, please. If you want to join me, come here and sit and join. Come on. He loves being in the lives. He's
yeah,
a little mini content creator. No, I love that because my son's the same. He's like, I'm like, we don't drink tap water. Nah, it's not a
yep.
part of it. But it's definitely life changing. Hey, so that kind of leads to my next question, which is like, what was the real line in the sand moment for you, that made you really like jump all in last year and like, and not, because people like sit on the fence. So what was that real line in the sand moment for you?
I think it was, the compensation plan that, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And I didn't by any means jump in and become a millionaire. It wasn't anything like that, but it has such growth potential. And my husband talks about wanting to retire early. And I think that that is a dream of mine is, that we can both, not have to work the 9 to 5 and be away. And we never got to have an actual honeymoon. So, it would be nice for us to have more time to travel. Um, at the moment last year, I would say I was extremely unhappy with my job. I love being a nurse. I love being a lactation consultant. My whole thing, and I'm a labor and delivery nurse, which is even more cool than just a regular nurse,
Yeah,
in my
absolutely.
opinion. But for me, I always say it's not that I want to leave my job or my nursing. I just want to be able to do it on my own terms. Like, I
Yeah.
want to be able to do it when I want to do it and not have to count on it as my livelihood of like, okay, well, if I don't do, so many hours this month, then we won't pay bills. And so it's more from that angle of having the freedom to do the job that I do love to do, more on my time frame.
I love
So
that.
I wasn't getting that. So
Yeah, and I'm the same. So, my background is teaching, and like just being that way, like you say, like having to just work full time, like this opportunity and jumping in has let me be able to become like where I'm not working full time, and so I get to choose where I want to work, and we're not in the same position. So I really love
yeah.
that you share that same philosophy, because there is people and in this space that go, oh my gosh, this is my way out, like this is my ticket out.
Yeah.
And so it's not it. Bodhi, Bodhi. And yeah, so it is like for it, there's so many different pathways, and that's what's really cool. And there's so many
Yeah.
people that have, just reached legacy, and that's the compensation plan. And those that aren't referring for it, like, if you want to learn a bit more, like I can show you that. But they're still doing what lights them up, whether they're
Yeah.
chiropractic or they're, teaching or things like that. And so it's just an additional income stream. It's an additional pathway to,
Right.
create the space, right? So that kind of leads to my last couple of questions is, what's your like proudest, achievement so far that you feel that you've gained since, starting in this online space and using the products and stepping into this online opportunity?
Sure. I think for me, the last year, aside from joining this business, the last year was pretty tumultuous in my life in general. So I kind of view the last year as just making it through the last year. But also, I think standing strong in it and coming out a better person. My husband is now fully on board with
Yeah.
the business, and he supports the business as well. I think I've really loved aligning it with what I already love to do. And I think
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it is I've kind of shifted gears more from like, oh, join this business to like, but let me just get you the water, and
Yes.
more this focus of like, you have these health issues, you have this problem, like I'm just gonna give it to you. I want you to taste it, I want you to experience it, I want you to be well. So I think just kind of having that mind shift of you at some level with this business, because there is such a beautiful compensation plan, it's very easy to get very inwardly focused and like me, right? And so I think to be able to recognize and actually turn that back outward is such a blessing, where you're just like, no, I don't want to sell you something, I just want to help, like I just want to help you feel good, and like you can come to my house, or I'll drive some water to your house, or just
Yeah.
feeling how you can change other people's lives just by changing their water. I think it has been a big turning point just mentally for me.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Yes, I love that. And especially as like, faith led women, like for me, this feels like service and ministry, like being able to literally share
Right.
the products in the water. And like, I've helped my neighbor, like he had a lot of inflammation around his heart. And so I got him on the water and I started sharing. And like just over the last year, the transformations he's had, same with my mom, like just, I literally same philosophy, like you just got to see it for yourself and see that,
Yeah.
how it just helps you with inflammation and antioxidant stress, and there's so many things that
Yeah.
just bring your body back to being able to heal itself, because that's
Yeah.
that's the point, is it balances your body, and
Right.
then the body is already crafted to heal itself, and that's what's so amazing is that, yeah, like, yeah, anyways, I just get so passionate, so I
Yeah.
love that you come from
Well,
the same philosophy.
I actually had an epiphany just a few weeks ago. The church that I attend, that I love, that's my home church, is very close to my home. It's just a few miles down the road. It's a little country church, and then directly across from it, they have a food bank. And so I've connected with the gentleman who runs the food bank, and I'm like, hey, can I put my water in your food bank? Like, I have an
Yes.
extra machine. I will set it up in there. And, so he walked through there with me, and he's like, yeah, sometimes we get bottled water. It's like one of our biggest requests, because most of the people who utilize the food bank come from a very specific area where they know that the water is bad. And so it's like, yeah, that's one of the biggest things people ask for is water. I haven't gotten it in there yet, just because I'm trying to figure out a little bit more logistics and what makes sense. But that's kind of like a little goal that I have for myself, is to get it into the food bank in a way that people can continuously utilize it, so that it's something that the food bank doesn't have to worry about. They don't have to worry about that donation. And then people can, I mean, essentially have as much of it as they want and not be limited to like, oh, you can have 12 bottles of water, or, whatever,
Yeah.
because of supply. So yeah, that's on my little to-do list. So we're working on that. But yeah, it's really, it really can change lives. Like, and from that aspect, it's like, of course there's health benefits and everything to it, but I mean, at that level, it's more just like literally giving people water that they're able to drink. Like that's so huge. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love that. So that just leads to like my last question is, what, piece of advice would you say to yourself, last year, just about to start this opportunity and connect with the water and all the wellness technology products, or, someone that's sitting on the fence, like what's the piece of advice that you would give them?
I think if I could go back and give myself a piece of advice, I think that I would dive deeper into the science of the water. I understand it a lot now, but I think like from the get-go, having a clear understanding of the water and the health benefits and how it really can change the body, so that you can explain it well to other people and so you know which
Go
people
talk to
it
me.
can serve. So I think that's my biggest one.
Yes,
It's
I
okay.
love that. And
I have five kids.
no, and that makes like so much sense. But for me, like on the other end, I actually like so resonate. Bodhi, 1 second. Go on. If you want to ask him, go and wake him up, darling. Um, so yeah, that leads to like what you were last saying was like it was actually the science of the water. So I'm a PDHP teacher, so over in Australia that's like PE, and so
Oh, sure.
health and fitness and the body and all the muscles and all those things. And so I actually like was clicked on the science. So when I saw the
Yeah.
science, it was like that was actually my starting point, and then it was the conversation and the business structure, and I was like, whoa, this is the
Yeah.
golden ticket. And then I was like, I can't unsee it. So I
Yeah.
love that actually piece of advice. Like that's amazing because yeah, like it speaks for itself. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time. Thank you for all your
Yeah, of
golden
course.
nuggets and everything that you've shared. And I love what you
Yeah.
are aiming to do. So if there's anything else that you wanted to share before we wrap it up, just yeah, it's all for you. Go.
I don't know that I have anything else that's that's words of wisdom. Um, just like I said, just shifting the focus from I need to sell something to a person, or because I think that that's a big barrier when people do see this opportunity, and it's one that my husband, nobody is going to buy that machine. It is a very expensive machine, all of these things. And so when you really focus more on what the water can do, not just for one person, but for an entire family, you really start to unwind and unpack the investment piece of it. And for him, he actually is I'm kind of blowing his mind these days, because we started using it in every corner of the house, right? So not just for drinking. It's replaced my bleach and my window spray, my detangler, my conditioner. I bought a brand new washer and dryer because mine completely died. And I looked my husband straight in the face and I said, there will be no detergent going in this washing machine. And he's like, what? Like, we're only putting Kangen water in this washing machine. That's all that's going in here.
I
And he's
love
like,
that.
it's not going to come clean. I'm like, yes, it is. He's like, well, you can do that for your clothes, but my clothes, I'm like, nope,
Amazing.
there is no detergent going in here. And so it's been 5 months of no detergent in our clothes. And so they still smell great. And we have kids and we have littles and we have animals. So we're also talking about like the dirtiest of dirty things, with pee sheets and it's all coming clean. And so yeah, I actually calculated it. I asked ChatGPT, like, just give me a roundabout number of all of the things that I've been able to replace in my home, like how much cost savings is that per year? And guess what? For my family of seven, it comes out to the cost of the machine. So it really, like, when you really start to break it down and learn everything there is to do with the water, and how it's more than just like, oh, this water filter in my kitchen, but it just does so much. And then the health benefits that your family gets from that, because you're not exposed to all these chemicals and toxic things and the things touching your skin and going through your skin. I don't think that we can like put a real price on the health piece of it. And so I think that's probably my biggest thing right now, is just kind of helping people understand it's not just water. It's not just the
Well,
water you
yeah,
drink.
it's
Like,
a
it does so much.
It exactly, yeah, and yeah, it's not a water filter; it's a water ionizer, and that's what
Yes.
people get so confused on is that it's literally a product that transforms tap water into
Yeah.
living hydrogen enriched water, and
Yeah.
it's like you
Yeah.
can't put a price on that. And like you said, like the way that you've literally even done it with ChatGPT, like that's amazing, because yeah, you're replacing. I know for me, I am literally in a low tox living situation like yourself now. Like, the only thing I can't seem to comprehend just yet, maybe that's a goal of mine, is actually taking away my dish liquid, because I think that's just something I like.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's the
And we
weird.
have a dishwasher, so I haven't been able to figure out the semantics of the dishwasher. We ran out of the little pot. I could just put the water in there, but I don't know if it'll stay in there. I was like really trying to think it through. Like, do I have to go get these? But yeah, it's pretty amazing. So agreed.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom,
Yeah.
and even how you've really broken it down, and yeah, just like how you have some goals. So thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you soon. And
Yeah.
yeah, and if you're wanting to learn more, anyone, feel free to reach out to Rachel or myself, and learn about what this could look like for you, because yeah, once you see it, the compensation plan, you can't unsee it. Once you see the science of the water, like, you literally can't unsee it. And
Right.
we're in a living in a world where there is so many um toxins and so many ways to live, and the best way is literally going the low tox way, well, in my opinion anyway. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah.
Alrighty, thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.